the year review. This is kind of a look back on 2025, and I suppose looking at whether my 1 year project at maintaining a painting log of some description was worth doing, if I enjoyed it, if I'm going to keep going, but more importantly, how much did I actually manage to get done? Um, so, as you can see, I've been using a couple of different tools, self-generated, easily copied, to do basically what I've done for the past 12 and a half months. Um, it started off with doing this pile of shame documentation where I didn't have a completed section in it, I didn't have a whip section in it, or a printed section in it, but I had several different sections in it, such as whether I had a miscellaneous pile of shame, some Corvus Belly boxes, blisters, independent sets, my Games Workshop items that were left. Kingdom Death, I put a tab for it, but I haven't filled it in because I'm still on the fence about Kingdom Death. Mears, I added in the stuff I have. I didn't go into much detail on these because my Fomoric box is one big box with everything in it, and my Iran box is the same. Um, and to be fair with Mirrors, the names don't really make sense unless you're well vested in it, which I am not. And then I had a series of boxes where, just small container boxes. I labeled them up and put stuff in them, or took note of what was in them. So I have boxes A to E, then I have a Burrow and Badgers box as well somewhere. Um, some of those have very little, some of them have not much in them. So there's some of them only have, maybe one or two North Star pulp in box B, but it also has nigh on 70 Frostgrave Ghost Archipelago minis, which, spoiler alert, that will be what I'll be hoping to work through next year. Um, as well as a few other tabs as I went along, such as the O12 Infinity box set, how I was getting on with it, because I have a couple of different boxes that I was working through. Um, Stalled quite heavily on them. Middle Earth strategy battle game tab where I worked out what I had painted so far and how many points they were going to give me. I did manage to get all the new starter set finished. I have yet to touch the Rohan element of it, and then just a couple of bits and pieces of wish listing and oddities. But the important part and the important sheets are the cover sheet and the completed sheet. So, as you can see, at the start of the year when I did this, or in late December 2024, I had a mixture of independent or individual figures. So if I were to paint each and every single one, not a box of 30 being one, a box of 30 would be 30. Likewise, a large tank would also only count for one because it was one model. I would have had 1,574 models. Um, I decided to try and go for about 20% of that, so 315. I targeted about 25% of that, and I actually managed to achieve it. So this is just my own stuff that I've taken note of. This is not 3D printed stuff that I've printed during the year. This is models that I started with and I have finished, not including commissions either. So onto the fun sheet. I have this page. Um, it's got a few very basic tabs at the top. I have a frozen tab here and then a filter tab, so just as I scroll through it, it sticks. A bit of nice fancy numbers highlighted up here, and an incomplete um, portion over here. So as I completed something, I added it in. So you'll see the first model I finished this year was Saruman on foot. Because there's only one of them, you stick one in here. It was reducing my pile of shame, so I added one here. Then month, week, and the running count. And as I went along, then you go into the second week. So the first week I only managed 2 models. The end of the second week I had managed 21 cumulative. Um, and you can see just how it goes. Now, as you see here, the reduction number. So a call to arms and the Bastarian pair aren't reducing it. Yes, I painted them, but no, they weren't reducing it because I had printed them probably the week before, and then I had painted them up just as a palette cleanser, or I'd wanted to paint them. So while they're in my digital pile of shame, which doesn't really exist, they didn't count towards my reduction because I was adding one and then painting it, so it didn't count. Um, Likewise, as you see, reductions also work by selling. So I sold a Night Stalker's Ambush starter set, 16 models in that. I didn't paint them, but it reduced it. So there's a couple of ways to reduce it. Either paint them and keep them, or don't paint them and sell them, or paint them and sell them, one of the two. Um, the third category is this blue category here. So as you can see, it's painted, but it's not reducing. So if I painted somebody else's stuff on commission, I didn't add that into my reduction because it's not my stuff. Unless I had sold them it and painted it to sell, which happened once this year with, it's actually around about this, the Pack 40. Um, it's happened a few times. It didn't happen that often. Um, so yeah, that was how this all worked out. As you can see, commissions and selling, I used them a bit. I didn't use them excessively amount. There were a few, such as Secret Santa, that I used to get rid of a few bits and pieces that either had been lingering in my pile or hadn't been um, of much use or enjoyment, or I just wasn't going to get round to. Uh, so you can see there's some big numbers here. There's near 200 and there's near 230 for a couple of epic Warpath sets. Unfortunately, not for me, but fortunately for me in a different way. So that left my total painted this year was 809, but I only reduced my number by 411, which, let's be honest, it beats my reduction goal by about 4%. Am I happy? Yeah, I'm happy enough. I enjoyed setting the videos. I like to try and get them done every week, but when there were weeks that I didn't manage anything, I just didn't upload one. Add in a few personal things in life. We'll see what happens. Or, well, we've seen what happens. It kind of fell by the wayside. I'm not. I can't remember exactly how many hobby logs I've done. I think it was 46 or 47. So I'm not too disappointed in myself. Will I keep them going? Yes, most likely, but it's not guaranteed. We have a new young one in the house, so that'll take up a lot more time, and work is getting more and more demanding, so that takes up more time as well. And priorities have to be made. So that deals with how I painted 800, um, 800 minis in a year, and reduced my target by 411. If you have enjoyed this quick 10-minute video, please do give us a comment down below, or let us know what you thought about it, or if you have any tips or tricks as to what way you would tweak or modify this, change it. Anyway, Happy New Year, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.